there! Welcome to our 10th episode of Miss Mari's Music. I thought I would celebrate and also work on our reinforcement of G, A, B, C, and D by working on a fun holiday song with the holidays coming up, Jingle Bells! It's going to be really fun. In our warm-ups, we're going to do some call and response to kind of practice some of those fingering patterns that we'll be using in Jingle Bells, so get ready. And also a side note, I do realize if you watched last week's lesson, I still have a giant infection on my face. I'm still kind of up and down. I feel great, and then I start to feel sick a little bit. But I thought even with a massive infection on my face, we can still have recorder lessons. So yay, let's do our 10th episode and get ready to learn Jingle Bells. So first we're gonna start with a pattern for a warm-up, just with B. Remember, B is 0, 1. So repeat after me. Awesome. Now you might remember last week we learned a new note, D. D is simply 2 and no thumb. 2, no thumb. Okay? Repeat after me, just D. Now that we've done B and we've done D, we're going to practice a skipping motion going between B and D. B and D. I'm going to move a little bit closer so you can see B, D, B, D. And I'll do the side, B, D, B, D. Okay? Listen to my pattern. Okay, so we did B, B, D. Now I'm going to go B, D, B. I'm telling you so that we can kind of get ready, okay? B, D, B. Okay, listen to me and repeat after me. All right. Now we're going to do a pattern going D to G, D to G, D to G. I'm going to go D, D, G, okay? You. Now me. Okay. If you need to rewind, that's okay. Go ahead and rewind. We're going to move on. Now we're going to go B, D, G. B, D, G. I'll do it from the side. B, D, G. B, D, G. Okay? So listen to me first. Now me. Now me. Okay. Now we're going to go C to B, which we've done this before. This is new, so this should be practice. Listen to me. Now we're going to practice going from A, which is 0, 1, 2, to D, which is what? Just 2. 0, 1, 2 to 2. Listen to me. Okay, now that we've practiced some of the fingering patterns, it's time to see what Jingle Bells looks like on the music staff. Okay, so we have Jingle Bells, woohoo! If you notice, for today's lesson, I went ahead and numbered the measures. The piece that we're learning, Jingle Bells, is actually, it's going to be 2 pages long, and it's actually 8 measures long. And so I thought if I'm trying to reference certain parts of the song, it might be easier if I say measure 5 or measure 8 instead of just pointing to an area. Let's look just at measures 1 and measures 2. We have some eighth notes, we have a quarter note, some more eighth notes, and then who remembers what kind of note is that and how many beats is it worth? Hopefully you remember this is a half note and it's worth 2 beats. Let's say the note names without holding our recorders or anything. So put your recorders down. Let's just go over the notes, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. B, 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 D, G, A, B. Remember when we practiced measure 2, this B, D, G, A, B? The reason why we did that is because this is actually going to be the hardest part, I personally think, in the song. So we're gonna learn it and we're gonna move on so we can learn more of the song. So let's finger and say the note names out loud. So fingering starting on B. 1, 2, ready, go. B, 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 D, G, A, B. Ready to play it? We're going to try and play the first line. If you need to pause right now and just practice going over B, D, G, A, B, please do it, okay? There's no problem in that. Okay, ready and play. Again, 2, ready and play. Again, 2, ready and play. All right, and we're going to move on to measures 3 and 4. But again, if you need to rewind, please do it. It's okay. So moving on to measure 3 now. What notes do we have here on this space? All these are all the same notes. Hopefully you remember that's a C. And remember the fingering for C is 0, 2, right? It's 0, 2. We have some eighth notes, la, la, la. And then, whoa, we have eighth note. Then we have this thing right here, okay? These 2 notes that are connected with 2 lines instead of 1, like here, those are called 16th notes. So as you might remember, eighth notes are worth half a beat. Well, guess what? Each 16th notes, that means one of these, are each worth 1/4 of a beat. It's worth 1/4 of a beat. So in order to fill up a beat with just 16th notes, for example, you would need 4 16th notes to make 1 beat. If you wanted to make half a beat, you would need 2 16th notes. So you can see what we did here is we have half a beat here, and then we have another half a beat between these 2 notes. I want you to repeat this after me. Long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short, long. Go. Long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short, long. So this is a long, short, short, long, short, short. So this is the part of the song that goes, oh, what fun it is to ride in a... That part. So that's what we have, the long, short, short. I want you to just practice saying the note names with me. Put your recorders down, pointing to the notes and saying the notes with me. Ready and go. C, 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 B, 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 B. Again, 2, ready, just measure 3. C, 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 B, 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 B. This time, do you want to go ahead and add in measure 4? Let's just say measure 4. Point to the notes and say them, okay? Just in case you might have forgotten, we have another B here, and hopefully remember we have some A's, and then what's that note up here? That's a D, okay? Just pointing to the notes. Starting here. Ready and C. C, 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 B, 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 A, B, A, D. Let's finger. We're going to finger this one a few times, okay? So get out your recorder. We're not blowing into the recorder yet. We're just fingering and saying the note names, okay? Ready? Ready and go. C, 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 B, 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 A, B, A, D. Really quick, what's the fingering for D? D is the weird one. D uses only 2. If your thumb is on that back hole during D, you're not going to get a D, you're going to get a C, okay? If you have the 2, but you're using that hole, remember, you got to take your thumb off the hole. Let's do that again, just finger. Ready and go. C, 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 B, 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 A, B, A, D. Let's get out our recorders. Rewind if you need to, or pause and take some extra time. Otherwise, we're moving on. With our C's, ready and go. Again, 2, ready and go. Okay, let's do the first line and the second line. Let's try it together, okay? From measure 1, playing. Ready and go. We'll do it one more time before we move on. Playing measures 1 through 4. And ready and go. What do you think comes next? Guess what? It's the exact same. Measures 5 and 6 are the exact same thing as measures 1 and 2. Same thing. So let's play measures 5 and 6. Ready and go. Okay, now let's take a look at measure 7. C, 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 B, 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 B. Let's take a look at measure 3. C, 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 B, 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 B. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a. It's the same words of the song, so guess what? Woohoo! It's the same notes and rhythms, okay? It's all the same. So we still have the 8th notes and then the 2/16 notes right here, which is the long, short, short. So can we just practice 5, 6, and 7? Because remember, it's the same thing. We've done all this before. This is not new. Okay, so starting at measure 5, ready and play. Okay, and then at the end it's a little bit different, right? So what 2 notes do we have here? Hopefully you remember these are D's, and the fingering for D is 2, right? Do we use a thumb in D? No, we do not. Okay, so we're gonna go, let's just point and say the note names. So put your recorder down. Let's just do measure 8, point and say the note names. Ready and go. D, D, C, A, G, rest. Again and go. D, D, C, A, G, rest. Okay, now we're gonna finger measure 8. Fingering, starting on D, remember no thumbs, fingering. Ready and go. D, D, C, A, G. All right, ready to play measure 8? Let's play measure 8. Ready and go. Again and go. Now, let's practice measure 7 and 8. Ready and go. Again and go. Okay, let's do all of the second page, measures 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready and go. Okay, I'm going to play it one time all the way through. I ask that you don't play this first time. You just finger along. Don't blow, just finger along. And then you will join me the next time, okay? But this first time I just want you to listen, finger along, don't blow. So just me. Ready and me. Okay, this time you're going to play along with me. I am not going to point using this thingy. I'm not going to point because I need to be sure to turn the page in time. Okay, so you're just going to have to be following along. 1, 2, ready and play. Thanks so much for joining me in today's lesson with Jingle Bells. Hopefully you can learn it, and maybe by the holidays you can impress some of your relatives when you guys all get together for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. Just a quick side note, next week is Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be taking a week off, but I will see you that week after for another lesson, and we're going to hopefully get going into our right hand. So I'll see you after Thanksgiving.